Hello and welcome to yet another video. This is the fourth episode of the series, and Naruto Uzumaki was tired. He is tired of himself pretending to be an idiot. No more hiding, and with the help of the shadow clone he will emerge from the shadows to become the Namikaze, a legendary figure. Please like and subscribe to show your support. Let's get the show started. The battle. Well, more like slaughter begins. It took only 5 minutes for Sakura and Naruto to overcome the distance and catch up to the two traitors. Not even the pitiful genjutsu cast by the Uchiha could slow them down. And so they meet. Sasuke and Kabuto were on the head of the statue of Madara Uchiha and Sakura and Naruto on Hashirama Senju. Sasuke screamed at them, "Why do you continue to get in my way, Obi? I must kill my brother first if you could never reach his level, even in his previous ill form. Second, I don't care about you, it is a mission, and third, it is fun." Naruto responded with a grin on his face as he saw confusion on Sasuke's previous ill form. "What are you talking about? He is not sick." "Wrong, he was very ill, something he acquired as a combination of inbreeding in your family and the stress of being a ninja. I healed it with a seal as I am a medic master and a seal master. It even should heal the damage from the Mangekyo. My family does not inbreed, Dobi. Uchihas are better than everyone. We are the elites." "Yeah, they did, most clans do, and only the strong ones were elites. Itachi, your mother Mikado, Madara, Izuna and the like were elites, all of them Kage level at 14 years of age. You are barley Chunin level, all of them were elite Jonin at least at this age. So they were the elites, not you." This of course set Sasuke into a rage and he launched himself at Naruto with Kabuto not far behind. However, before then were even halfway there, they were sent back flying into the water by the surge of lighting chakra that was sent out by Sakura. They came out shaking, both barely fighting the effects of Sasuke due to the lighting chakra he has and the regeneration that Kabuto has. Sakura appeared in front of them. "You both face me. See if you can last. I want to play with you for a bit." After all, cats like to play with their food. As she said this, a change came over her. Her eyes turned like a cat's with a vertical slit, and a shiny green coloration with a black ring around her iris. Her canines grew and she gained claws. Her hair began to fluff up and gained some more black stripes. She also gained a dark pink outline around her body in the shape of a three-tailed feline with her in its body. She looked like a feral goddess come to earth filled with righteous fury. Both Sakura and her shadow cat avatar roared. With that sound the battle began. Sasuke began to shoot out as many fire jutsu he knew at her while Kabuto was attacking her with his chakra scalpels. She dodged everything before grabbing a fireball, compressing it and sticking it in her hand into Kabuto's stomach before she threw him into the statue of Madara, which exploded with his stomach. "Naruto, can you be a dear? Take care of him for me, it will make it more fun to deal with the Uchiha," Sakura asked with a sweet tone in her voice. "Sure, I have something fun planned for him," Naruto replied with a grin. Naruto and Naruto went over to the still recovering Kabuto, who had almost no chakra, and stabbed him with the sword. "Do you like it? This is Kimi's edition. It has a few uses such as locking bones and enhanced durability. But his most fun usage is the cursed cast. It causes the bones to be drawn to my so-rant. After they are filled with its chakra, it causes the bones to grow uncontrollable. The best part is that the natural energy it draws and make you not die, and it won't ever end. Lovely image, is it not?" Naruto said as he pulled out the sword, loving the sound of Kabuto's screams, watching as the bones came out of his orifices and pores. Before he knew it, he was a near tree of bones that was sinking into the lake. Naruto's sword was glowing from the blood and chakra formed Kabuto's body. Sakura and Sasuke sensing the threat changed into his second cursed form. I will include a link on above, creating his Chidori, which turned black from the vile chakra, and sounded more like 1,000 flapping birds rather than them chirping. He launched himself as Sakura, who looked bored. She raised her hand and all of her finger were covered in a pink-colored lighting at the tips. Sasuke hit her but did not penetrate her. The lighting was absorbed into her body easily. Sakura raised her hand and struck him in the sternum with the pink lighting, which surged through his body and sent him flying across the lake and sent 4 yards into the canyon wall. As he was struggling to get up, Sakura appeared in front of him and grabbed his wings and with one swift motion tore them from his body. Laughing all the while at his screams, she turned him over and said one phrase, "Megami no Kami," authority of the goddess, and with that Sasuke passed out and awoke in a strange place. It was a rather empty light purple expanse. He was in the center alone. The next thing he knew, a giant Sakura appeared with the kanji of inner Sakura. She was black with a white outline. "Oh, look at what we have here, bastard. Well, it's time to punish you for your actions," inner Sakura said with the most terrifying grin ever. Let it be said that even the Kyubi itself would have run in terror at the sight of the true monster in front of Sasuke right now. In the real world, Sasuke gave a loud shrill scream and passed out, muttering before his entire body was encased in crystal. Sakura grabbed him and they both left in a flash of silver. Back at the village 3 days later, it had been 3 days since the whole chasing of Sasuke. And in those 3 days many things happened. The first was the arrest of Sasuke and the entire Sound 4, though Tuya was released after she explained that she, and her adopted sister Karen were forced under the death of the other and due to that was not loyal. She gave plenty of juicy details about what was going on with Orochimaru but not his bases. After the cursed mark was removed, that information we wiped clean, as was the others. The second was the summon contract that Sakura was given. It turned out that the summon cats had been wanting to give the contact to a different person instead of the Uchihas who had placed a seal preventing them from going home, one that Naruto effortlessly lifted. Sakura was named their summoner as she possessed the feline heart, a rare affinity similar to the one that Orochimaru had for snakes, Tsunade had for sloughs and Jiraiya had for toads. It was why she was able to summon the Shadow Cat avatar. Sakura was thrilled as with the seal on them gone, they were an incredibly powerful contact of genjutsu wielders and a spy network. They were also medics and good friends of the slugs which Tsunade loved. Their best ability was their unbreakable barriers that went along with their genjutsu. Though some of them could become human-like and do ninjutsu as well as many other arts. They were very well versed. The third thing was a council meeting to discuss a few things. Q flashback. Sasuke Uchiha will be charged with the betrayal of the village and the resistance of being brought back. Consorting with well-known traitors as well. I recommend that he be stripped of shinobi rights and executed, Tsunade said with a fierce look on her face. No, we can't kill the last loyal Uchiha, produce heirs, and the curse mark must have led him astray. Kagome Haruno announced. Naruto interrupted the next speaker to point out a few things. First of, he is sterile due to the seal. Tsunade confirmed this after I mentioned it to her, though my cousin Tuya won't suffer this as she is an Uzumaki and her life force overcame that with ease. The second thing, my seal prevented any effects to his size, that was all him. I am even better than Jiraiya at seals, so don't doubt me. And third, the boy is insane. I have checked him, he went voluntarily. Even if he could produce, all of his property belongs to the village and half of his other property is Sakura's as his right due to his family's abuse of the cat summons. This of course led to screams at him by all of the civilians, though Danzo looked at Naruto with pride for once as well as the other elders as they saw how he was working hard to improve the strength of the village youth. They fully supported the boy in every way. Though Danzo was supporting him for the help Naruto gave him on his root members training and helped him to realize the importance of emotions. It helped that Naruto kicked the living shit out of him several times as well as all of his roots at once. So did Sakura and Hinata with their eyes closed and their hands tied behind their back, literally. Silenced. Tsunade said. Lady Tsunade, he can't be sterile, you're the best medic in the world, fix him, Kagome said with a look of insanity in her eyes. Actually Naruto is at my level and has helped me to discover new methods, we both can't help him though. Itachi will be able to produce. Want you Itachi, Tsuan said as Seto Uchiha came out. He looked healthy and rather good. I was ordered to kill my clan to prevent an overthrow and have been healed by Naruto, so I am at full form. I am much stronger than that fool of a toad sage, so please shut up, I don't feel like killing right now. I was ordered back and will continue to serve the village. Madara, or Obito as I should call him, tried to kill me, but as I am back to full form I beat him quite badly before he teleported out. So shut up and deal with it, I won't marry your daughters. I am already interested in another. With that he went over and stood next to Naruto. After a half hour of debate they decided to kill Sasuke in 1 month. Then they talked about one last subject, Naruto. Tsunade had permitted a trip with Sakura, Itachi, Tuya, Anko, and Hinata to go fight in the civil war in Mist. We will return in 3 years after we help them to recover. Actually we have already left, goodbye. With that all mention burst into smoke. What would the next 3 years bring them? Till next time, who will get with Itachi? Any recommendations welcome. What is Sasuke's fate? How will Itachi's leaving the Itachi affect them? A productive 3 years. Naruto was sitting on top of the Mizukage Tower, just looking out at the town, relishing at the feeling of accomplishment. The village was nearly finished in terms of constructions. Sakura, Karen, Hinata were at the hospital training the newbies along with his clones. Anko and Tuya were busy training some Kanoiki in their respective arts. Itachi was helping the clans to get their lives together and organized in terms of the village, and Suigetsu and Raiga were teaching the next generation of the swordsmen of the mist with some of his clones, as Kenjutsu was a specialty of his. This made Naruto smile. The last 3 years were very productive. Flashback. 1 week after leaving the village, the group was traveling to grass country to go and pick up Karen. She was not hard to track as her Uzumaki chakra was incredibly, so once in grass country it took only 5 minutes to find her. Sis Tuya cried out to her fellow redhead, which caused Karen to turn around, see her sister and tackle her for all she was worth. They embraced each other for about 5 minutes. It only took 5 minutes for them to convince her to leave, and after that they were off to the land of whirlpools. 2 weeks after leaving the leaf, it had taken a week to get there, but finally they were here, and they loved. It was warm and moist but not too much. There was a series of buildings that had been destroyed but were still accessible. "This is incredible, I can still feel the leftover chakra of the people who lived here," Karen exclaimed in awe. In the last week Karen showed that she was very similar to Sakura and in Naruto's eyes very attractive. She was fierce, yet kind, loyal to a fault, and was not afraid to speak her mind. She was also a decent level at about mid-chunin level, where Te was about mid-jonin as she was about 2 years older. Both were going to be very strong, that was sure. The group followed Naruto to a section that only an Uzumaki would be able to feel as a seal. Adding some blood, they were all shocked to see a set of stairs. They went down them to see a vast library with plenty sets of armor and weapons. All of it would later be sealed, including a summoning contract that Naruto would later sign along with Karen. They decided to spend the next month and a half to train, introducing Itachi, Karen and Te to the special training of Naruto's design. 2 months later, in the month and a half, everyone got a lot better. Itachi was obscenely stronger and knew a lot more of everything. Tuya was a solid rank ninja. She was not reliant on Genjutsu anymore, though she still used them. She discovered the joy of seals, improved her taijutsu and everything else. Karen was the one who improved the most. She learned medical jutsu like no one's business, improved everything, and was a solid higher rank ninja. After they were done training, they left for the land of water and got there in about 2 weeks. They were met by Aoi, who did not trust them and who attacked only to get the shit kicked out of him by Karen. "You know she is the weakest of us so far, and she whooped you with ease, so I would back down if I were you. We were sent to help the rebels, which I know you are a part of. So take us to your leader," Naruto said in a sweet tone that reminded the captive nin of his leader. This terrified him. So he did as they said. In about 10 minutes they were at a decent-sized camp being stared at by many people. The second largest tent opened up and an extremely beautiful woman appeared. She was tall with beautiful auburn hair and green eyes. She was wearing a form-fitting suit dress that showed off her entire figure, which was perfect. Naruto recognized her instantly. "Hey there, Tenchi, I missed you," he said, which garnered looks of confusion from everyone but Mei, who looked as if she would cry. She shot forward and tackled Naruto, hugging his head to her breasts. "I missed you to sweetness. It seems that you fulfilled your promise to become a rank ninja and help me," Mei said, which made even more confusion. Seeing this, Naruto explained. "When I was about 8, Mei came to the village in hopes of gaining support. She was denied and later met me. She was the first person to see past my mask, and we hung out, and I gave a promise to come back and help her, as she was the first person to show me unconditional kindness." This made everyone give looks of understanding as Naruto continued. "I have brought a group of all mid to high rank ninjas to help you and one high A rank. I am the second strongest. Itachi here is stronger, about SS rank. I am tied with Anko at nearly SS rank. Hinata and Sakura are both high rank. Tuya is mid rank, and the last is Karen at high rank. We all have agreed to help you." With those words the group entered a war. It took about 6 months till they were to face Yagura. But in that time they never lost a battle. The casualty rate was diminished due to the medical abilities of Naruto's team, and morale was higher than ever. In that 6 months all of Naruto's team massively increased in strength. Karen at high rank and the rest at S rank. Meeting with Yagura. Sakura had bashed the door open to the Mizukage Tower. They swiftly took care of everyone who was in the way and were in the training grounds of the Mizukage. It was a large, mostly water-filled area and had several outcropping of land throughout. In the middle was Yagura, who was clearly under the effects of a genjutsu. Without a word, Naruto and Yagura went to battle. Yagura started by using his strange staff to produce some mirror clones of Naruto. It took Naruto only about 2 seconds to wipe them all out. Yagura could not keep up with the amazingly swift movements of Naruto's strikes. In about a minute he was kicked to the other side, struggling to get up, covered in cuts, bruises and the like. Yagura then began to channel the energy of Isabu, the three-tailed turtle. This only made Naruto smirk. He merely shot out his chakra chains, which very easily wrapped around and subdued the turtle. Naruto sent a large surge of chakra to Yagura, which freed the man and turtle from the genjutsu. Naruto approached the man and placed a seal on him to prevent another genjutsu like that again. Flashback ended. It took about 3 days for him to wake up and explain what had happened to the people. He gave his position to Mei and began to make up for his actions by teaching the next generation. He was forgiven as Naruto explained how much pain the man, Obito, had caused. They were a ninja village after all, so it was not hard to believe. In the time that they were there, they were called Heroes of the Mist. They were all added to the bingo book or updated as SS rank shinobi and given free rights as any other ninja of Mist. They all helped the village to recover, and in the 2 years the village was about equal to Suna and was only to get stronger. They signed agreements with Wave, Leaf, and Suna. It was very beneficial to the village as Tazuna had come with his workers to help the village. He even ran into escaping Suigetsu and Raiga, who joined the village after escorting him. All in all, a good 3 years. The only boss was the fact that Kagome Haruno had collaborated with some other villagers and Orochimaru to free Sasuke and had succeeded. This happened a week after Naruto and his group left. Tsunade had not been happy. Sasuke was given a kill on sight order in the bingo book, as he both betrayed the village twice and had taken Kagome Haruno with him. That being said, Naruto and his group were to go back to the Leaf in 1 week. Life would be interesting when they went back. And what should Naruto's summon be? Tsunade was sitting in her office going through a bunch of records when one of them caught her eye and put a soft smile on her face. It was a letter initiating a treaty with Mist and the Land of Water. She could see that Naruto really did have a hand in this due to the fact that it avoided all of the issues that was previously present within the old treaty the Leaf had with Sand. This made her realize that Naruto was coming back with his group. Today, as she realized this, she felt it, the distinct feel of Uzumaki chakra, and it was coming closer, fast. Without hesitation she leapt out of her windows and began to make her way to the young man who had saved her life, dignity and pride, who had become her son. At the gate, Naruto and his group had literally just entered the gate when they were once again accosted by Anbu. Though once again you could not blame them, as every one of them had an obscene amount of chakra and were causing the barrier detector to go crazy with all of their chakra. It was as if all of the tailed beasts were in the village at the same time. Why was it like this? Well, the one with the lowest chakra was Sakura, and she had about 6 tails worth of chakra, literally if she activated her Shadow Cat avatar. "Move out of the way," screamed Tsunade as she barreled into Naruto and gave him a squeeze that had enough power to snap Kurama's spine in half. Just as she was about to let go, Naruto tightened his hands and squeezed the woman so hard she nearly passed out. Drooping her, he said, "Nice to see you, Tsuhime." And with that they all headed back to her office. Back in Tsunade's office, Naruto and his group stood there as Tsunade began to ask questions. "So I take it that you were successful on all fronts, including getting a good ally?" "Yes, we did, even got them to forgive Yagura," Naruto answered. "How the hell did you manage that?" Tsunade exclaimed with wide eyes. "Simple, I projected what had happened to everyone and explained all that Obito has done over the years." "Only you, Naruto, only you," Tsunade said with a shake to her head. "By the way, have you mastered wood style yet? You were starting as we left. You are now looking at the first woman to master wood style. But enough about me, I want a set of spars to see you skill. Naruto against me, the old toad, Danzo and Itachi. Sakura against Team Assume, all of which are above mid-rank. Hinata against Team Guy. Karen against Team Kurenai. And Anko versus your lovely wife Tuya. It will start tomorrow at noon in the stadium. No bloodlines for anyone and no sword work for Naruto. Or sub-elements. There are many misconceptions people had. This was seen with many of the younger ninja and the civilians. One of them was that Minato Namikaze was the strongest Hokage and the only SS-ranked ninja in history. This could not have been more wrong. He was tied for the third strongest with third Hokage. Tsunade and Tobimaro were the second and Hashirama was the first barely. All of them were SS rank. They were not the only ones. Mito Uzumaki, wife of the first Hokage, was this rank, so was Madara and Izuna Uchiha, Wanuki, Hanzo the Salamander, the third Raikage, and a few more. It was far more common in the past to see them due to the constant warfare, but it was still possible. Another misconception was they were a bit stronger than an S rank. The truth was that they could fight at least 5 and win easily. Still, to see a group of 7 SS ranked ninja was incredible, more so as they are all in the same village. 2 of them not form a clan, making them a lot more of an achievement. To make it even better, they will see them all battle several other Sanda ranked ninja. A historical event, no doubt. The first match was between Anko and Tuya Mitarashi Uzumaki Rikudo. The two stood 10 meters apart before they sprung into action. Fist against fist, leg against leg, they battled with a fury none could imagine. They held nothing back. "They are incredible," said Jonin Kanahomaru. "Sarutobi, please, that is just warm up," Naruto exclaimed, making all of the surrounding people stare in shock. Back to the battle, separating with a smile on their faces, they both decided to up the ante. Tuya decided to take out her flute and began to play a song that completely subdued the snakes that Anko had sent out as soon as she saw the flute. Only for the subdued snakes to turn back and attack their mistress. Then the melody changes and the snakes grew bigger and a lot stronger. This went on for about 5 minutes. Both parties would sense something at the other and they would go into a dance. They finally ended the battle as there could be no winner. Karen vs Team Kurenai. Kurenai started off by attempting to place Karen under a genjutsu. And failed in doing so. Karen faded away and appeared with her fist in Kurenai's face, sending the woman through the wall unconscious. This of course sent Kiba into a rage in which he attacked with Akamaru only to be blown away by the surge of water chakra used by Karen. It was only Shino and Karen. Using her sensory abilities, she was shocked to see the Aburame having about mid-cage level reserves, a huge feat for his family. The young man sent a chain scythe at the girl who dodged it. This went on for a while before the girl realized she was surrounded by insects, all of them coming from the holes where the scythe hit. "You should give up before they suck you dry," Shino said in his usual monotone. "You should never underestimate a reed head, you know." With that, Karen exploded in a huge blast of cold water that froze on contact with the bugs. Shino turned around only to be slugged by Karen into the cold water, where he gave up knowing he lost. Hinata V-Team guy. Hinata did something that shocked everyone as well as confused them. She began to surf on using the earth as the water. She was going very fast. Before everyone could move, she landed and slammed her foot on the ground, which captured all of the opposing Tama before she appeared in front of Neji and poked his forehead. He glowed before the bandages fell off, showing no mark at all. This stunned Gayandli long enough to be knocked out as well as Neji. Tenten was not delayed like that. She easily escaped and began to throw weapons at the young Hyuga. Though as Hinata dodged, she realized she had been struck by one of the weapons, which was shocking as she knew she dodged them all. She realized that she was under a genjutsu. She smirked before she exploded in a huge surge of electricity. This left Tenten unconscious. With the Hyuga elders, "How dare she remove the seal? It is vital for the family," said one of the elders, the rest agreeing. "Actually, you can't place those kind of seals on a separate clan," Hiyashi said with a grin. This made all of the elders glare at him. "They belong to us, they have to have the seals." "Wrong, they don't. They were freed and given the old Uchiha compound as their home. They all have had their seals removed, and this has been approved by the Fire Lord and the Hokage. So suck it up. They are called the Ankjido, or are their own clan that Hinata and Neji will share power of." Hiyashi stopped talking but kept his bright grin on his face. He finally fulfilled his and his brother's dream. Undo edits Sakura vs Team Asuma. Sakura wasted no time and quickly knocked out Choji and Asuma. They were unaware it had happened. As she landed, she was forced to dodge Shikamaru's shadow and the poison senbone from Ino. She then let herself get caught by the shadow before simply breaking it by flexing her muscles. She faded away and drop-kicked Shikamaru through a wall. He was out cold. Ino and Sakura began to circle each other before they launched at each other. Huge shock waves coming from their blows. This went on for a good 5 minutes before Ino exploded into a poison cloud. This, however, had little point as she soon discovered that Sakura had been an illusion. She felt a presence and tried to dodge, but could not as she was overwhelmed by Sakura's raw speed. Next up, Naruto vs Itachi, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Danzo. Let's get ready to rumble. Naruto was standing in the arena looking very calm for one about to fight the strongest people in the world. 4 legends amongst legends. A barrier had been placed up by Naruto team. It was to hold back the immense power of the 5 in the barrier. As soon as they were given the go, Tsunade was in Naruto's face with her fist rushing toward his face. Before she made contact, Naruto grabbed her hand and landed a blow to her stomach, launching her back into the barrier. Jiraiya sending oil at Naruto with Itachi sending fire and Danzo sending some wind. A huge batch of boiling oil was hurling at Naruto, who merely looked at it. He raised his hand and it stopped. Naruto swiped his hand at their direction, sending it all back 3 times as strong. Itachi was the only one who knew what Naruto had done. He had managed to control all of the elements in the attack, amplify them and send it back. Thus back and forth content until Danzo was out cold and Jiraiya was injured. Tsunade attempted to capture Naruto in some wood style, but he merely absorbed the chakra from it. He then sent back his chakra chains, that wrapped around her and kept her in place as he siphoned her chakra. She was out in about a minute. Jiraiya came back looking quite different. He was toad-like with 2 toads on his shoulders. His chakra was bigger and full of natural energy, making Naruto think of Sage Mode. He bogged on to attack Naruto with a much greater force than before. After 5 minutes of this, Naruto grabbed a hold of his and sent a huge pulse of chakra into the old man, knocking high out and sending all of the sage chakra out of his body. It was just Itachi and Naruto left. Itachi sent a huge blast of Amaterasu at Naruto, who just smiled and waved his hand, sending the attack back at the man. "How did you do that? Only the Mangekyo can do that." Itachi had asked. All that was is fire and lighting chakra mixed together in a differing amount. It intensifies the fire and causes the black coloring. "I controlled the 2 chakra natures and sent it back," Naruto said with a smile on his face. Itachi smirked and created his Susanoo. He raised the sword and crashed it down at Naruto, who smirked and sent backhanded the sword back. The chakra construct shattered and Itachi dropped to the ground. I set a surge of chakra chain energy to seal of your eyes for 24 hours Kula? Naruto was all of a sudden in Itachi's face and knocked the Uchiha out. Everyone was stunned. The Dobi the loser the dead last beat 4 of the strongest people on the planet with ease. He gathered them all up and began to heal them. 20 minutes later. You left the village 2.5 years ago to get strong, and get strong you in honor of your achievement I now name you all the 7 leaf gods. Naruto Uzumaki, to you I give the name of Namikaze, as you are not only a god of shinobi but with your skill you are the god of Kage, a title you more than deserve. With those words the legend of the Namikaze was born.
That's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on my other social media accounts. Anime God here, and I'm signing off.